Let's get eclipsey, shall we? This is going to be a two-part, so if you're not following me, definitely follow me to see both these parts. Like and comment if you want to be involved in the communication around this lunar eclipse, because it's a big one. So this is a lunar eclipse. I'm going to show you the chart in a moment. This is going to be talking about that, and then the next one we'll talk about the solar eclipse on September 21st. These always come in pairs. We always have a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse. Sometimes they're partial, sometimes they're total. This is a total. So are you feeling that total? It's a total. So let's look at this chart. Okay, so we have a total eclipse in Pisces. You'll see the moon over there in Pisces. The blue in this chart represent water, so it's in water, and you might be feeling some of the emotions connected to the water, some of the intuition connected to the water. One of the first things that I noticed when I looked at this lunar eclipse and then at the solar eclipse is the involvement that Mercury has. So you'll see Mercury on the other side there in the green in Virgo, connected to the sun in the south node. What that signifies is that our conscious awareness is around processing, communicating, and clearing out different things that need to be cleared out through communication, old contracts, old ways of being. Mercury has to do with commerce, trade, our medical system. It can also have to do with, in Virgo, practical day-to-day things connected to your day-to-day, okay, that need to be cleared out and communicated. Now, on the other side, where we're talking about that moon being in Pisces and the blue and the water, this is a very yin full moon. It's emotional. It's emotive. It's in the feminine. It's very much connected to our intuition, our emotions. And we see that the north node is there next to the moon in Pisces. Now, there's a couple things that I want to say about this. The first is that when we have a total lunar eclipse, it is a purge point. It is clearing. It is the full moon energy, but in an eclipse, even more ahas, coming to realizations, knowing what needs to be cleared and purged and purified. Because it's with the north node and the south node are two opposing parts in the chart that are connected to the nodal cycle that we're in. And the nodal cycle that we're in is north node in Pisces, south node in Virgo. South node in Virgo is very much clearing out routines, rituals, belief systems around control or needing to be in control. Those are being cleared out, okay? But when we have a lunar eclipse that is at the north node, that's a very different energy, okay? So typically we think of the north node being like the newness, the new moon type energy. When we have it at the lunar eclipse, which is a full moon energy, it means that we can't really see the full picture yet. We just have to move. We have to do something. We have to take action on something that all the things aren't there to understand yet. And we also have to release out, clear out the connections and the information that isn't working for us. So it's a very much a trust process. And when we're looking at Pisces energy in general, when we're talking about the Pisces north node, we're talking about moving into inner peace. We're talking about dissolving any of the pieces of our ego or our self that have us in conflict with source energy. Pisces energy in general has to do with dissolving, has to do with letting go, surrendering to source. Whatever you see as source, goddess energy, God energy, whatever that is, it's what needs to be released or let go of so that you can get right with God again, so that you can get in alignment again. And a lot of times it's the most uncomfortable point that we have, where we have to release the past, where we have to release our identities that feel safe to us. And so this can feel like a really unsafe process, and so important at this time to affirm your safety. And this means not thinking ahead, which is so hard for so many of us, especially when Mercury and Virgo energy is at play, okay? So just keep calling your energy back to present time. Keep focusing on your gratitude in the moment. In the moment, there are so many things to be grateful for, and it's so easy to overlook those things, right? So I want to talk about some of the other transits that are happening with this lunar eclipse, and I'm going to make myself smaller so I can show you. So look at all that water. So we have Jupiter in Cancer. If you don't know much about Jupiter in Cancer, you can go and look at my YouTube on Jupiter in Cancer. There's a lot of information there. Jupiter in Cancer is expanding through the heart, expanding through nourishing and nurturing all of your connections through your own connection to yourself, creating abundance in your life from nourishment, not from lack, not from scarcity. Okay, so this is a really rooted energy into the feminine abundance that has to do with so much more than actual green dollars. Okay, that is creating a trine to this lunar eclipse. And wow, look over there in that other blue quadrant, we have Scorpio, and we have Black Moon Lilith, we have Juno, and we have Vesta, all trining this lunar eclipse and Pisces. This is a grand water trine, and many astrologers don't really look at these feminine archetypes, but I do. It's really important for me to include them, and it gives an edginess. If you needed more edginess to this total lunar eclipse, Black Moon Lilith is going to bring it, and she's going to bring it in the way of really sometimes forcing us to be true to our innermost rebel, our innermost badass. And the badassery at this lunar eclipse is going to be at all-time heights. And that might feel kind of scary because you might be feeling really true to yourself and really saying things that you're shocked that you're saying, or doing things that you're shocked that you're doing. And, we want to definitely use caution with this, but this lunar eclipse, always at the eclipses, things are happening that are fated. So you do want to trust yourself. You do want to trust that if you say something that ends a relationship, or you say something that ends a contract, it's very likely that it is your innermost self, your highest self, coming in and saying, no more. I'm not taking no anymore, and I will not. So look at your life and see where this very feminine, fierce energy is wanting to come through. Maybe journal about it before you have conversations. Maybe really tap into if it's true for you, if it needs to be said right now. And really honoring yourself and honoring what needs to be said right now and what needs to be communicated right now. Because there's so much water, obviously it's going to strengthen you to be near water, to get yourself to water, to drink a lot of water. Yes, I have a very beautiful quote that I'm going to share later, but basically we all come from the ocean. Like, it is part of us to be connected to the ocean. So even just listening to sounds of the ocean, or if you can get yourself to the ocean at this time, can feel really peaceful, because this is a part of us, and how the ocean works and how the ocean is so powerful, that is also within us. So whatever you can do to be in tune with that and really trust, even when you can't see all the pieces, even when you can't know all the pieces, find your inner trust, because it's going to serve you very well in this next month. Stay tuned for part 2. Like and follow for more, and hope you have a beautiful eclipse time.